What is MFC? MFC is memory fatigue complex syndrome. Well, what it is you taking a mental nap, uh, traveling to that dimension that you always fantasize about, the world that you have created for yourself, the galaxies that you fantasize, the creatures that you think exist somewhere else, the parallel dimensions that you always believe exist. And that's where you go. And so suddenly you wake up, you are still here on the ground, accomplishing nothing but mentally wandering. That's what we're going to stop. Here it is. What is memory fatigue complex? A good example of this occurs when you start out with a thought process just fine. Everything is fluid and free flowing. If you are writing an essay or doing math computations and then suddenly you hit a mental wall of confusion, you go back and forth and struggle a bit until you get back into the flow of things. It's like taking an involuntary mental nap and then waking up again until doubt begins to rear its ugly head. If this is familiar to you, well, we have 3 steps to stop this vicious circle. That's what I'm telling you. We bring you right back down to earth. Here are the steps. Step 0, we determine your DNA symphony through our Dohgon DNA test. Our Dohgon DNA test is about, actually, Dohgon DNA is Dohgon, Nama, and Imhotep. You know who Imhotep was? The first multi-genius and the last multi-genius. The father of medical science, the father of architecture, the first builder. And so that's who initiated many of the things that we teach today at the Dohgon University of Thought. And then you have our BSI test. The BSI test tests your pineal functionality, and that test tells you precisely how your serotonin and melatonin are functioning within your brain. Do you have a lot of serotonin that is creating confusion within you? How much melatonin are you producing? And how are these neurotransmitters affecting your DNA timing? For instance, mitochondrial DNA. How effectively and efficiently are you producing mitochondrial DNA to initiate your RNA? RNA, you know, is responsible for uracil in your pyrimidine DNA, and that affects your timing. So if your timing is all gone haywire, you definitely are out of sync. You are not synchronized. Your mind goes back and forth, rocking like a yo-yo, and so you begin to go to that dimension that people fantasize for you, and you pick up on, and you believe it's your reality. You immerse yourself in some consciousness that is not your consciousness, and so you keep thinking the same way you've been thinking, and you get nothing done. Your life is getting nowhere. You are at a standstill, and you begin to blame others. No, this is what we are going to help you resolve. You are not going to blame anyone. So anyways, we have our Dohgon Sigingi dance, which we implement. You perform that dance in order to determine your neural artistry, neural artistry. Well, with neural artistry, which is a whole new science, which no one knows anything about but the Dohgon, with neural artistry, you begin to draw images that have validity, that go beyond your consciousness, deep down into your awareness, and through that, through your awareness, and through the generation of numbers and colors, you begin to draw images that are real. You even draw yourself You begin with yourself. You begin to think about the snake dance that you perform, just like you see the image there. You perform the snake dance. You begin to see yourself, a mirror of yourself, an image of yourself, a constructive image of yourself, and then you go back, sit down in your own sitting room, and begin to draw yourself, just like you are doing the Dogon snake dance. This is what you need to do, my friend. This is how you begin to see your own reality. Stop thinking about that extra world out there, those aliens. That alien thinking is not is rubbish. There are no aliens anywhere. You got to understand the science. The science. You don't understand the science. That's why you running around thinking there are aliens, and people who know nothing are teaching you that rubbish. There are aliens. No, there are no aliens. Anyway, tune into our Blog Talk Radio this Sunday, 10 a.m. The calling number for our real meditation is 347 826 7309. That comes on at 10 o'clock. So call me if you want to talk about aliens. You want to argue about aliens, I will talk about that too. But I won't spend a whole lot of time on that because there's a lot of science to teach. Now, if you miss that program at 10 o'clock, which goes from 10 to 11, you can come back on again at 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock, we have the real education, and the call-in number for that is 646 727 3430. The two numbers: 10 o'clock, 347 826 7309. 12 o'clock, Sunday, 646 727 3430. Thank you. I'm Professor Momo of the Dohgon University of Thought. I look forward to sharing those hours with you. And in case you missed the show, please always go to Blog Talk Radio. It's archived. You always get it. Nama, Professor Momo.